Dean refused to provide me records of, as I said, illegal affirmative action that had been provided to me twice before by the law school. So he took a rather extreme position, wouldn't you say? So I sued. The university council, who was now the chief counsel of the entire system, met with me and said, he was a little aggressive in his interpretation, wasn't he? And he gave me a bunch of records. Now, on that one, unlike the case against the Democratic Pulaski County Sheriff, in the case against the university, they didn't give me everything I wanted, but they gave me most. So now there's an open question. Did I, remember the language that has always existed, substantially prevail? How high does that stack need to be for me to substantially prevail? I say I substantially prevail. They say I didn't. So we went to the Claims Commission and we said, you tell us if we substantially prevail. Well, a few months or so before then, the Claims Commission came up with a new rule, and they don't publish their rules, so it's a little hard to figure out. And they said, oh, no, you can't ask us if you substantially prevail. You got to go back to court and ask them if you substantially prevail.
Sir, are you able to speak on this bill? This bill?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry if you didn't think it was.
You're telling me the history of court crap, I don't want to hear.
Gotcha. Okay.
These people are in here that come and sit forward just like you are.
Fair enough. Let me summarize in one sentence. The court crap that the attorney for the government said is all wrong. That's all. Now, so all you have to do on the attorney's fees provision is eliminate lines 3 and 4 from page 4, and you will restore it to the way it was before 2021. The other provision is the attorney-client privilege. Now, as Senator Tucker pointed out, there are 2 sections of the attorney-client privilege. The second section is very large. And unlike attorney-client privileges that exist when you deal with individuals or even companies, when you deal with the government, it's immense. And the government has attorneys every division. And so I've described before, to the chagrin of some, that what will happen here is what happened in Penn State. When Jerry Sandusky was raping children, they brought the attorneys in early on at the university. And they should. That's the right thing to do. And it went on for years. And if that occurred here in Arkansas, with this new provision, and somebody made a FOIA request, that second provision in the attorney-client exemption now put in the bill would preclude turning over any of those records. And I dare say, what about our case? The first provision regarding the security for the government is about the safety of her keys. What about our keys? Because that's what that risks. Senator Hester's right that there's a balance here, right? And you have to give up something to leave open this information to the FOIA. You have to give up some efficiency. I agree. The difficulty is government's never terribly efficient. And there's no market check on government. The only check on government is transparency. So it's a fair trade. I would propose that we give up some efficiency for that transparency. Because otherwise, I guarantee you the same problem will happen at some point in the future. And by way of example, in my final point, as I mentioned, write for the Democratic Gazette, and I wrote an expose on what's going on in the Central Arkansas highway system. I did so by making a FOIA request at the local level, and they turned over a whole bunch of records. All of them would have been covered by the attorney-client privilege. Now, I recognize this law doesn't change that, but if you think the only place that there's wrongdoing is at the county level or the city level, and not necessarily at the state level, I respectfully disagree. So that's the challenge. How do you want to balance efficiency versus transparency? The including transparency, affects the well-being of our kids. With that, I am of course available for questions.
All right, quick question.